What U.S. policies currently in effect or regulations are limiting our ability, either presently or in the future, to do what we are talking about here today, which is trying to export more LNG from the U.S., create jobs here, and improve our trade to Asia? And I'd open that up to anybody that would like to take it.
Well, I don't think there's too much magic in this. I think it's, you know, we need to encourage the gas production side. I mean, think about this. The Marcellus gas field is, within a year or two, will become the largest natural gas producing field in the world, larger than North Dome, Qatar field, the West Siberian gas fields. So we have this enormous capacity to increase gas production. So I think policies that will encourage effective regulation, which provides public confidence that shale gas drilling can be done environmentally in an environmentally sound way, that's a critical part of this to increase shale gas production. And obviously the permitting process, the environmental process, Department of Energy, FERC, this whole process is really a very long process that could be speeded up, I believe. Okay. And the market opportunities there, it's an intense competitive environment, so I think those are the kinds of things that would make this happen faster. Okay, thank you. My next question, how has the Japanese evolving energy policy since Fukushima, how has that impacted their ability or their interest or their need to get more natural gas, LNG, from us? And where are they now? Because immediately there was this almost knee-jerk reaction that we're going to shut them all down, and that apparently has evolved till maybe we'll shut some down, not others. Who would like to take that? Ms. Nakano?
Thank you for the question. Prior to the Fukushima, Japan did have its fairly diversified energy profile, where the nuclear supply about a third of its power generation, and then fossil fuel had probably about 50%. They're still looking at renewables combined, including hydro power as well. But nuclear was definitely central to their energy security strategy. But Fukushima very much changed the environment, both the political environment, but then also technically the 54 nuclear reactors had to come offline. And so the idea to promote use of nuclear in its domestic power mix had to be reconsidered. Prior to Fukushima, the idea was to increase the share of nuclear to about 50% of its power generation. So following Fukushima, the Japanese turned to cheaper sources of natural gas, but particularly U.S. They do have a long-standing business relationship with countries such as Qatar, Australia, and also Russia supplies about 10% of their import needs. But the United States looked particularly attractive to the Japanese because of the gas-to-gas competition, deregulated gas prices within the United States. But looking forward, their energy policy making it very much in flux. The national leadership hopes to bring some share of nuclear reactors back online. However, the public sentiment or the public anxiety over the safety of existing nuclear reactors still runs quite high. There are a couple of court challenges that are in the way of companies and also their new nuclear regulatory body to restart nuclear reactors.
Thank you. Let me cut you off there if I can. I've got a little less than a minute left, and I want to get one more question in. Trade agreements like the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, they cover a wide range of issues. My question is, what is the potential impact of TPP on U.S. LNG exports and trade in the Asia-Pacific region? Ms. Leopold, do you want to take that since you could have answered the other one?
I could have answered the other one a little bit easier.
All right, well, who would like to take this one? Mr. Herbert?
Well, in terms of the Japanese market, all these approvals of non-FTA export arrangements, in a sense, makes the TTP moot in the sense of LNG exports, I believe. There's not any really specific elements of that. Assuming, you know, so Japan, South Korea is a free trade agreement partner, so there's no issue there. These approvals have covered many other places like India and elsewhere that are non-free trade agreement countries. So I think from the Japanese perspective, particularly, they see the TTP as something that enshrines, in a sense, the durability of U.S. commitments to export LNG. Because there's a little bit of a worry that we might, if U.S. gas prices really spiked in the future, that there'd be a domestic debate about cutting back on those LNG exports, even though they've been approved. There is some concern of that in the Japanese part.
Thank you. And I guess, and I'll conclude, I guess arguably, if TPP ultimately does get approved on all sides, and it does increase the trade opportunities, the economies hopefully will thrive and grow, and therefore there'll naturally be more of a need for energy to feed that growing economy, and therefore hopefully we'll be able to export more gas to the region. So